Serpentious, welcome to the Hazbin Hotel.
Vivian Madrano garnered an explosively enthusiastic fanbase with her creation of the YouTube series' Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss. Now dubbed the Helliverse, each series has struck a deal with Amazon Prime Video and will return with new seasons. While Hell of a Boss recently finished a season over on YouTube, Hazbin Hotel has been on hiatus while production continues on the second season. As the premiere in October draws closer, fans of the Helliverse can't wait to see what's next for Charlie and her friends. Fortunately, the official X account for the series doesn't want to leave us hanging because they released a slew of new teaser images for us to sink our teeth into. Today's video will not only dissect each image, but it will also dive into theories about what we can expect from future episodes.
That is for me to know, but please do guess. I'd love to know the theories.
The first picture announces the arrival of the second season in October. Oddly enough, the post didn't use an image of Charlie as the focal point. As the Princess of Hell and the owner of the Hazbin Hotel, she took center stage last season as the undisputed main character. Of course, she shared screen time with her friends and they all had some interesting arcs, but we all knew who the leading lady was. Not to mention, she has a whole song about coming into her own, embracing destiny, and leading the rest of Hell. She undergoes significant changes in the first season, so she may take a step back in future episodes to allow other characters to develop just as much. The first teaser picture the Helliverse account released put the V's front and center. While Vox looks toward the viewer with a pleased sneer, Valentino and Velvet look disgusted with him as he pulls them in for the photograph. The showrunners have confirmed through various interviews that the V's will play an important role this season, allowing them to take more of the narrative's time. We already knew they would become a problem for Alastor and the other overlords as they try to take over the Pride Ring, but Vox's quest for revenge might push him over the edge and make him lose sight of his company's well-being. If one of the V's goes down, the other members go down with them, so Valentino and Velvet have good reason to turn against Vox if need be. They just don't look thrilled in this shot, and I anticipate some infighting in the near future as their interests diverge. The next image shows Serpentious as Emily, Peter, and Abel crown him. They box him in from all sides, preventing him from escaping or having any personal space. Just looking at the image makes me feel claustrophobic, and the large frown on Serpentious's face implies that he feels the same. I'm sure that these specific angels have good intentions. Unlike Loot, they genuinely care about others and try to reflect positive behaviors, so I'm willing to bet that they take Serpentious under their wing. Of course, heaven is much different from hell, and he might have some trouble adjusting. From what we see of Emily in the first season, she's as enthusiastic as Charlie, so she's going to have a full itinerary for Serpentious once he settles in. Despite the warm welcome though, Serpentious will continue to worry about his friends and their safety in hell. He still doesn't know why he arrived in heaven, and while eternal peace sounds nice, he knows that Loot will soon extract her revenge. It's almost like he has some unfinished business with the Hazbin Hotel, and he won't rest until he knows they're safe. These three angels can either help or betray him, but I think he stands a real shot at starting a rebellion with his new friends.
You heard right. Welcome to our home of healing, our resort of restoration.
The next photo shows Charlie in the Hazbin Hotel as she shows a new resident around. In this particular shot, she's showing off Nifty, who appears preoccupied with going through a mysterious substance she found while cleaning. While Charlie might have brought the angels right to Hell's doorstep, business must be booming for the hotel after Adam and many of his allies were killed. That's a serious reputation boost, and if that doesn't earn her some respect among demonkind, I don't know what will. Anyways, a better reputation means more demons looking to use the hotel, which brings us to this new resident. He clearly takes after an anglerfish, and his pristine lab coat is a dead giveaway for his profession. Charlie's gone and found herself another mad scientist, perhaps in an attempt to fill the Serpentious-sized hole in her heart. As for the new resident himself, he's a Helliverse character that Madrano's reserved and had in development for some time, but we still know very little about him. What I can tell you is that his name is Baxter, and that he couldn't be more different from Charlie. As an introverted inventor, Baxter's probably not a big fan of meeting his new neighbors, which will bring out those fidgety and nervous and gremlin-like traits that Madrano has teased so far. Up next, we have Alastor and Lucifer sitting in a hotel lounge, and I think it's pretty self-explanatory. They're listening to the radio and look like they might be drinking tea. Maybe they're trying to break the ice or overcome their differences at Charlie's request, but we know hell will freeze over before that happens. Lucifer and Alastor struck up a rivalry when they met in the first season, and considering that Alastor plans to use Charlie to escape his mysterious contract, I doubt Lucifer will give him an inch of trust. Sure, they might have to coexist while living and working at the hotel, but that doesn't mean they have to be happy about it. Their hateful sneers say it all.
Parlor where people can get to know each other and share secrets and stories and intimate feelings.
After that, there's an image of Lute standing in an empty room, perhaps after a meeting where she stares up at her shadow that looms over the wall and takes up most of the shot. There's also a bunch of papers on the floor as if she planned to share information with a group of people but ended up throwing them in frustration. Regardless, this scene is a classic evil villain move. Come on, a spooky shadow on the wall, her shadow's sharp angles, and her lack of allies in the room, it all paints a pretty clear picture to me. After losing Adam, she seeks revenge, but I doubt her superiors will launch another attack on Hell given the poor outcome of the last one. Instead, she might take matters into her own hands, turning herself against her fellow angels and making her a standalone villain. Of course, her lack of allies or resources will ultimately be her downfall. It looks like Vox might come down to the Hazbin Hotel to collect some information. In one of the images, we see him talking with Charlie in what appears to be the updated hotel. He gestures nonchalantly with a fake smile as if he wants to convince her of something minor. Meanwhile, Charlie's the picture of politeness. She knows the V's are bad news and that they hurt her friends, so I can't imagine her willingly working with them. Instead, Vox might force her hand by spreading lies through the media, instantly ruining her reputation and that of the hotel. If this is the case, then Charlie might cater to Vox or strike a deal with him to get the V's off her back. Of course, these overlords are some of the shadiest in the business, and if they manage to get Charlie under their thumb, it might be a deadly mistake.
I think I have just the one.
The following picture shows Serpentius in chains as he stands trial before the Council of Angels. Although an angel himself, he curls into himself and hunkers down, showing obvious signs of fear and uncertainty as he stares at someone off screen. I doubt that the angels put one of their own on trial very often, but Serpentius is a unique case. I have two guesses as to why he's on trial. The first being that he recently arrived in heaven and Sarah can't decide what to do with him, and the second being that he broke several of Heaven's rules in an attempt to get back to his friends. While I can't know for sure, Madrano confirmed that Heaven will become a recurring setting in the second season, so we'll find out soon enough. The final picture we have shows a distressed Charlie looking up at a blimp. As it travels the skies, it displays a huge message claiming that Charlie's a dictator trying to take over Hell. Now we know that she's the furthest from a dictator as possible, but her citizens don't know that, so the lies and slander will definitely cause some complications. I want to revisit my previous theory about Vox going head-to-head with the hotel if he can't get their cooperation because this smear campaign has his name written all over it.
Hello? I want to thank everyone for coming, even people who aren't staying here yet.
While a few photos might not seem like much, paired with the stories left behind from the last season, I can already tell we're going to be in for a wild and emotional ride. Charlie managed to save the hotel in the season finale, but it came with a significant price. A price that she won't be willing to pay again. When Lou and the exorcists arrive to get the revenge, the hotel will need something big up their sleeves if they're going to win a second time. Fortunately, it looks like they'll be making new friends and frenemies along the way. What do you think is in store for the Hazbin Hotel? What are you looking forward to seeing the most? Let us know in the comments below.
Now go clean my quarters this instant!
Maybe things will move faster than you think.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to our channel, hit that like button, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
I don't know if this is really working the way we hoped. Maybe we should...
Honey, you have to trust me here.